up, y'all? We're gonna do a 2-dayer because I'm kind of mixing two things that I wanted to separate into the same day. I should have did it earlier, but I had other shit to do. So here we are. One, we're trying a new food place because I heard the food is fire. And I want to talk about some boss tips, right? This is for my business owners, entrepreneurs, all of those people. So of course I wrote down some things that I want to address. We're gonna try to do this while I'm driving, so let's get started. Number one, why a website? I encourage every person to get a website for a number of reasons. First of all, I don't like when people window shop in my DMs. It's annoying. How much is this? How much is that? As much of a people person as I am, I'm kind of exhausted with talking to people, and that conversation don't lead to a sale. I'm really over that. I feel that those conversations can lead to repeat customers. It can potentially lead to a sale, but then you also have people who want to try to negotiate prices, and I'm just not doing that. I have a website. Check the website out. By the way, the website's 15% off with the code Vlogmas. So tap on into that. Having a website is very much so more professional. It keeps people from window shopping in your DMs. You don't have to talk to every person that want to place an order. Granted, hand-to-hand transactions are better in a business world to me because hand-to-hand cash is just a preference for me. So, you know, I kind of take that as like a one-up. But to be honest, get you a website. You don't want to deal with people like that for real, because people will talk your head off and it won't make you no money. And I'm not interested in doing shit and wasting time, and that time don't lead to money. So if y'all like me, get you a website. I have Shopify. I pay like $30 a month for it. I got it during COVID, so the first 3 months was free. It's so easy. It is so easy. The next thing I want to tell y'all to do is track your numbers. When I say track your numbers, I mean track how much money you making in sales. Track how much inventory you have. Figure out how much of what you buy and keep an accurate count of that, because that way when your supply is getting low, you know when to re-up. Another part too of tracking your numbers is you want to be able to measure your growth, right? So some people can say things like, you know, I started my business here and within 3 months I was able to make this amount of money, or I was able to see that this product was really selling well. I was able to see that I was making more money when I would do in-person events as opposed to having sales and promoting my website on my social media. So you kind of want to track numbers, and then on top of that, quantifying things, it just makes it so that reaching goals can happen, right? I've noticed that when you set a goal and you have a business, like let's say I first started my business, I said, okay, I'm starting my business March 1st. By the end of this year, I want to make at least $1,000 off of selling my lashes. I was hustling my lashes. I was pushing them. People was buying them. I was launching them. It was support. You know, it was coming. It was coming. By the time I got to December, I was real close, but I wasn't there yet. So I started publicizing, hey, y'all, I'm almost at my goal. I want to make X amount of money. I just said how much money I was away, right? Because I didn't want to tell people what the goal was. I didn't want to, that was just something that I chose to keep private for myself. But to dress it up, right? I didn't want to expose the large number. I wanted to expose the small number so that people who was paying attention, who was watching, was like, oh, you only 15 away from your goal? Let me help you out some. It was a good way for me to get other people involved and to get them to help out, to get them to kind of participate and be a part of me reaching that goal. I'm starting to realize that people love to be a part of something. They love to say that they contributed. They love to say that they helped. So what better way to let people help you than to get them involved in helping you reach your goal, right? So quantify things, keep track of things. Numbers are important because over time, they're definitely going to add up. So I would encourage everybody to start tracking your things if you haven't already. Another thing I want to discuss is some things that I learned, right? So along this whole process of being an entrepreneur, things that I have come across, lessons that I have just picked up on and things that I wish that other people would have told me beforehand. Now, the first thing I want to address is turning down opportunities and addressing things that appear as opportunities that really are not opportunities, right? Actually, what I'm going to touch on first is dealing with people who like to be cheap, okay? Because whatever you sell, you're going to run into people like that. Addressing people who are cheap. I saw a post on Brianna James. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but she is a painter. And I follow her on Instagram. I love her work, and I've just been keeping up with her for a very long time. She had a post, and it said, "This is my product, and this is how much it costs. If you choose to support me, I am grateful for your patronage, and I appreciate your business. However, if it is not in your budget to support me financially, I greatly appreciate it, but my prices will not change." That was the most humbling post that I've ever read, because when I read it, I needed to see it. I was at a point where I was frustrated, like, why the fuck are people trying to negotiate my prices with me? I set a price, that's what it is. I was frustrated because I felt like people was trying to downplay the quality of my product. Now, when it comes to my arts and crafts, when it comes to my talents, the biggest compliment that I have received, some stuff, people be like, I don't care what you're doing, I'm supporting it, because I know it's going to be fire. Because people have, over time, they've learned that my creativity and high quality are two things that go hand in hand. Key customs and quality are synonymous at this point. And to me, that's been one of the most heartwarming, I'm gonna call it a flex, because goddamn, I'm proud of myself for that. But moving on, you cannot negotiate with people when it comes to prices. That's why I'm gonna take it back to the first thing I said. You need a website. You're not arguing with a website. You gonna look at it on the website, and then you gonna say, oh, that's not bad, let me go ahead and support, right? Or you gonna say, shit, and you gonna click off of the website. You might send it to your people in your group chat and be like, look at this right here. And that's gonna be it. There's no argument. I didn't have to hear you disappoint yourself by not being able to afford a product or a service or things like that. Now, as an entrepreneur, I had to understand that it was more of a compliment for people to try to negotiate, right? And it's gonna sound backwards, but this is how I started thinking about it, because I've been telling myself lately, you have to change your mind and the way you perceive things. If somebody is trying to negotiate a price, they see the quality, and I need to know that. They see the progress. I need to know that. Whether they can afford it or not, it's not my issue. If they like the product, if the concept, if the idea is something that is appealing to them, that tells me that I, as a creator, am on the right track. If I'm getting the same review, there are things that everybody is seeing. Maybe I need to take heed to that, and I'm gonna tap onto that a little bit later as well. The next thing I wanted to address is things appearing as opportunities. As an entrepreneur, you absolutely cannot be naive. People love to take advantage of people who new in the business world. I'm honestly convinced that they get a rise off of that shit. They be so quick to try to finesse you, but you gotta be able to recognize it. I'm gonna give y'all an example. I went somewhere and I had my jars. I made it very clear that the cost of the jar itself was $20. The cost of the jar with the prayers was $60 as a bundle. Then they made it very clear, oh, I don't got it in my budget right now. I would love to support. I love the concept. It's a great idea. When funds become available, I'm definitely gonna hit you up to get one. Okay, cool. I didn't think that much into it. So then they tried to offer me something in exchange for a jar. Now, what they offered me is something that I can do for myself. I have the same, if not better, and I'm gonna say that it's better on some cocky shit, because it is. I have a better, my talent and quality of doing that exact same thing that they were offering me is better. I'm more knowledgeable on it. I do it a lot faster. I do it frequently. So, you know, it wasn't really and I just took that as a compliment. However, if I was new to the game and I'm like, oh my God, he offering me something in exchange. No. In the business world, you do not do that shit. And to give y'all a perfect example, I'm going to say two things. One, Drake said this in Versace. A verse for a verse, nigga, that's not a swap to me. It makes a lot of sense. I'm not exchanging a product or a service with somebody else just because they have a product or a service. Your products and services are not on the same level as far as quality, as far as a lot of stuff. So we not exchanging shit. You're going to pay full price for my product, and if I choose to invest in your product or patronize your product or your business or your service, I'm going to do that at full price. Why? Because I want that same respect. And as a business owner, you shouldn't be asking for no discounts. You shouldn't be asking for no shortcuts. I just don't believe in that. So, prime example, and this is a shout out to Lexi. I love Lexi. If y'all like candles, head over to Prestige Scents. Their candles are amazing. Black owned, all of that. So, pull up, support. Lex purchased lashes from me at my best friend's birthday get together. I purchased a candle for my best friend from Lex at this same get together. I sent Lex, even though both of us was using Zelle, I sent Lex the full amount for the candle. Because 9 times out of 10, that's going to her business account. That's not going to her personal account. Lex sent me the full price for the lashes. It wasn't no deduct, is this a difference in price? No, we're not doing that. I'm going to send you the full amount for your product. You send me the full amount for my product. And it's just that simple. It's a matter of having business etiquette, having respect, all of those things. Make sure y'all starting this shit off the right way. Okay, I'm sad. I just got here and they freaking not taking carry-out orders no more. So we're gonna do a plan B. I'm gonna go to this other place that has really good food. I haven't been there in a very long time and I don't think I told y'all about them. So when I get there, I'll let y'all know. Back to our business tips, right? I'm just saying this to say, be very cautious of people who try to dress up their finesse as an opportunity for you. That wasn't an opportunity for me. Another thing I want to talk to y'all about is charging what your product is worth. When I come up with my prices for things, I factor in competitiveness. Where can other people purchase my product, and how much do they generally spend when they do purchase it elsewhere? At first I was like, okay, let me consider the competition. But when your shit is original and it's good, there's no competition for originality. Some people don't got originality. Some people sell shit because they see other people selling shit. A lot of times I come up with my price because I ask myself, okay, what make your product different? Is it worth the upcharge, right? So prime example, when I came up with my jars in the first place, I created those jars out of a very good place. I felt like it was a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I just felt it was the time of George Floyd. I felt that black men were getting shitted on. There were so many other black men who were losing their lives in the same way to police brutality and things of that nature. So it took me 3 weeks to handwrite 125 prayers, right? Now, that is a community jar. I did have other people weigh in on that. And so everything outside of what was sent to me from the friends who I asked to write a prayer, I wrote those myself. And it took me 3 weeks while I was healing from a car accident with a concussion, with an active concussion that I was having many stress headaches from. Then the time that it took me to make the jars, I have to factor that in as well. The amount of time that I spent just to put the product together and then to sell it for $20. Are you drunk? Right. So when it comes to charging what it's worth, those were the things that I took into account when I was like, okay, how much should I charge for this? I ain't gonna tax because I want it to be something good. But in the same breath, I'm like, if it took you 3 weeks to produce a product, you need to be charging an amount of money that's gonna be at least decent per item. That's the first part. Now the second part is that you want to make it so that it is affordable in some shape or form to your audience. At first I was like, oh, I'm only gonna sell it this way, but I'm like, some people might actually like the jar by itself. So do a bundle. Okay, you can purchase the jar only $20. And listen, entrepreneurs, if you got something that is a very feasible price, you always want to address that as only. It's only $1, right? You go to the dollar store, you go buy me some chips, like, dang, I ain't worth $1.04. Dang, it's only $1. Always got to throw an only on there because only matters. Only gets you sales. It only makes it attainable for your audience, potential audience, any audience actually. Like some infomercials and commercials, they use wow a lot. Wow, But notice they say only all the time. Only $39.99 a month? Hello? That's because only is an attention getter. It's only $5. That's not a waste of money. It's just $5. Like, it's only $5. Like, you hard up for $5. You know what I'm saying? See how that sound? Only matters. But charge what your product is worth. That's all I'm really getting at. Think about the things that go into it. How much did it cost you to get your materials? How long did it take you to make it? If you was working at a regular job and it was your job to make whatever you sell, how long did it take you to do that? How much did you put into this to get out? And what type of return on investment? That's the biggest thing, right? So let's say I purchase my stuff wholesale and I pay $2 per item. I order 60 items. That's $120. If I spend $120 just to get the product, my return on my investment at least need to be double what I spent. So if I pay $2 per item, I need to at least be charging $5 to $7 on the low end of the scale. I only paid $2 for it. Now, depending on what the product is and what other people charge for that same thing, I'm going to gauge my price off of that because I want to make it attainable, but it also needs to be profitable for me. So I paid $2 for it. That was my initial investment. Let's say I sell it for $7, right? Now I got a $5 profit off of something I paid $2 for. That's a pretty decent return on my investment, but I'm this business. We got to make money. If I can make a $5 profit, I can make a $7 profit. If I can make a $7 profit, I can make a $9 profit. See what I'm saying? So only a couple more dollars difference, right? Right. I kind of touched on this part already, but I'm going to say it again just for the sake of saying it. Promote, promote, promote. Only Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Get you a t-shirt, get you a hoodie, you know, put it on your face mask, all of that. Promote, promote, promote. Take the time and invest in your brand. You should be known for whatever your product is. Prime example, everybody know I sell lashes. When people see me, they be like, dang, I ain't got no lashes on. Keela, you got some lashes? I sure do. At all times, Keela got lashes. So that readiness and that being prepared is a part of your promotion. I knew that when I used to wear glitter lipstick all the time, people would ask me about it. So what did I do? I made business cards for my YouTube channel. I knew that on the days that I wore my glitter lipstick, people was going to ask me about it. So what did I do? I took my business cards and I pre-wrote out the name of the video on my YouTube channel. That's an instructional video on how to do glitter lipstick, right? So now I'm promoting my YouTube channel just by wearing lipstick because I know people gonna compliment, people gonna ask, they want to know how I did it. Now I'm doing what? I'm inadvertently creating foot traffic to my channel. They gonna look through all of my other videos. If not, skim through them, whatever. They might subscribe. And I did all of that by doing what? Wearing glitter lipstick and being prepared for people to ask me questions. Promotion is not limited to one thing. How you promote is how you promote. I was like, you know what? I'm a wear this glitter lipstick. I see it's getting people attention. It's positive, and why not? My subscriber numbers began to grow. All because of what? Lipstick. If it works, it works. Keep doing it. Oh yes, honey, and we are here. Yes, I haven't had this in so long. We're open. Thank God you guys are excited to have you forever. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Hi. I went to Jerk Jamaican Barbecue. I got jerk macaroni and cheese. I got the plantains, and I got veggie patties. I absolutely love this place. Their food is amazing. I haven't told y'all about it, but baby, all that's finna change tonight. I gotta eat me some of this before I start driving. Okay, this is the jerk macaroni and cheese. It come like this. I got a large because the small one, the amount that you paying for it and the small, that as small as that container is for it, baby, it ain't worth it. This the large. This what we looking like. Y'all, this is so good to me. Like, I'm not a fan of experimenting with macaroni and cheese, but this, baby, this is it. This is it. I'm gonna put my receipt in here so y'all can see. I think this was $5.95. It's worth it. Every nickel of it. And then the veggie patty. It looked like this. Regular veggie patty. I like mine with the jerk Jamaican barbecue sauce. It's jerk barbecue sauce. Just got veggies inside. I haven't had this in so long. Oh, this was a good choice. Yes. This is located at the corner of, I'm going to drop the location in the description box below. They chicken is real good too. I love they jerk chicken wings. Oh, they so good, especially with the jerk barbecue sauce. We have candied bacon. Now, y'all know I don't eat pork, but the people who do eat pork, y'all probably love that. Y'all probably love that. I never heard nobody say nothing bad about that candied bacon, so definitely worth a try. The plantains is good. These patties are good as hell. Jerk mac and cheese, good as hell. Ugh! And then the one thing I really like about this place, you get reward points. So however much money you spend when you come, that's how many points you get. Once you get up to, like, I want to say once you get past 20 or 25 points, you can choose to use them, and that will take money, equal money off of your food. I wouldn't have came here if this food wasn't good. I don't think I need to tell y'all that this food good, because y'all know Keela don't eat nothing nasty. Okay, hold on. That banana pudding from a couple days ago, it wasn't hitting at all. I'm sorry, it just was not. I got so tired of spitting out them chocolate chips. They got a carrot cake banana pudding too. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. I think I'm done experimenting with stuff in my banana pudding. Give it to me regular with bananas and chessmen cookies, please. You know, I really do gotta apologize to y'all for this video being so long, but it's just so much stuff I want to address. I wanted to make this video very informational, so instead of splitting this up into 2 videos, I'm splitting it up into 2 days because this is a lot of content, but I kind of want to get all of it out to y'all because I feel like everything I'm going to say in this video, it just needs to be said. If you a business owner, drop your business below. If you got any comments or things that you feel that I need to add to this, I definitely appreciate the feedback, but we just gonna keep on going. So my preference thus far with promoting, with posting on social media, my preference is Instagram, and this is why. Instagram is where I have the most people on that network, and I feel that Instagram is where the most potential is as it pertains to all the social media platforms. Instagram is where the money is being made at least in my mind. So I want to be more active on Instagram too. I also choose to post more on Instagram and use videos instead of pictures and things of that nature, because videos tells me how many people are viewing it. I can get a better idea of how well the content is doing based on the number of people that are looking at it. Shout out to Let's Keep It a Buck. I hope y'all are watching. If you ain't following me on Instagram, I don't know what you're waiting on, but pull up. I cannot stress this enough, but please, please, please continue to learn and perfect your craft. If your product or your service is based on a talent, a skill, or anything of that nature, please continue to perfect your craft. I can't say that enough. That is what's going to make you stand out. Even in my spare time, I'm still learning stuff about editing. I'm still learning stuff about my camera. I'm still learning stuff about how to do transitions. Most of my TikTok likes are how to do transitions, how to do in-camera transitions. I'm starting to follow more pages and become more aware of different photographers and visual artists so that I can create a space where I am literally inspired and more knowledgeable based on the things that I'm surrounding myself with. So that's another thing, right? Learning your craft is not just privy to going to school for it. It's not just something that you can learn on one platform. Everything that I want to know, I want to be a better videographer. I want to be a better photographer. I want to be better at being creative. So I make sure that I'm surrounding myself with those things and that I'm always able to learn from something that is on any platform. And we have to train our minds to be like, yes, I'm getting on Instagram and I'm bored, but that boredom can turn to a learning session because of who you choose to follow and what you choose to put on your timeline. So there's that. Now, the next two things I'm going to tap into, they kind of go hand in hand. The first one is payment methods, and the second one is pop-up shops. I really want to get into those. So, as an entrepreneur and as a business person, you should take all forms of payment because you want to make it easy and convenient for somebody to give you money under all circumstances. So, payment methods include Cash App, Zelle, Google Pay, Venmo. You should have a website. If you don't got a Square Reader, get you one of those. PayPal, Apple Pay. They have Tap Pay now. They have these things called they kind of remind me of a pop socket. I think it's called Popple, but they have some digital ones that people can tap that to pay you with it. They have the Cash App QR codes where people can pay you. And if you have PayPal or you have a PayPal account, PayPal generates a QR code just for your PayPal account. So that's not something that you have to do extra to get, right? So moving into that next point that I wanted to tap on is pop-up shops. Now, me personally, I have yet to do one, but I hear that they're a very successful event to participate in, and I think that's a great way to get entrepreneurs ready to be out and about and literally promote their service in a person-to-person setting. I am a big fan of pop-up shops. I have yet to go to one, so that's going to be on my to-do list for 2021. If not by the end of 2020, we'll see how that goes. If you have any tips for people who want to attend a pop-up shop, definitely leave them in the comments for me. And yeah, now these are other points that I wanted to touch on, but they tie into it as well. I know I kind of already mentioned business cards earlier, but you will need business cards at a pop-up shop, or at least some way for people to contact you. But this is really what I wanted to get at for business cards. Business cards, for me, I've used them for professional and for finesse purposes, and to make great first impressions. And as a side note to that, brief tangent, I do recommend all entrepreneurs and business owners to get a Google Voice number so that you don't have to give out your personal number. Getting a Google Voice number will allow people to text and call you like it's a normal number, because it really is, but it just makes it so that it comes to your cell phone regularly, but it's not, it's a barrier between your personal cell phone number and a stranger. It's a business line, right? I just wish that there was a way for Google Voice to be like, you have an incoming call using your Google Voice number. Or, you know what I'm saying, text via Google Voice or something like that. But it's definitely useful. I know that we all go through phases. Order you a small amount of business cards from somewhere. You really gonna draft them at least maybe 1 or 2 times before you are set on a style or card that suits your needs in the immediate. So my first set of business cards was just general, so that I could have something, a way for people to contact me. But then I made my second batch of business cards for my YouTube channel, which I actually really like. I designed them myself. I didn't spend that much money on them, so I was very satisfied with that. But now that I'm branching into other things, I'm going to need to redo my business cards yet again. And I'm okay with that as well. But I just want them to, one, have my face on it. I don't think that I'm a forgettable person. But in the eyes of the business world, let's say somebody meets entrepreneurs and meets them 4 different people in a week, in 2 weeks, and all 4 of those people in that same week, they got a business card. That's 12 business cards a month. Who keeping up with all of that? You gonna look at a business card and be like, do I remember this person? Do their business card stand out to me? But if my face on there, you can't forget that. So my next batch of business cards will have my face. It will at least have my Google Voice number so that there's a way for people to contact me. My business email, I'm probably going to put that on there as well. This is probably the most important thing that I want to talk about is customer service. Okay? And there's a lot of small tangents that go with this, but please just bear with me through this. Okay, so number one, customer service is hella important. Why? Because you want to create a repeat customer based off of experience. People buy lashes from me all the time, and they be like, do you charge to put them on? Girl, no, I ain't charge you to put no lashes on. They're gonna come back, because then they gonna tell their friends like, girl, yeah, she sell lashes and she don't charge to put them on. I never knew that people was charging people to put their lashes on. That's so ridiculous to me. Like, it takes 4 seconds to apply strip lashes. Why are you charging people $10 and $15 and $20 for that? That don't make no sense, but whatever. I'm not that type of person. I'm not hard up for an extra $20. You already spent $15 or $25 purchasing from me. Yes, I will put your lashes on for free. I think it would be very ignorant to be like, yeah, you bought your lashes, but it's gonna be another 20. No, I'm not doing that. I want my customers to have a great experience. I want them to put them on. I want to be able to gas my customer up like, yes, girl, you looking up. Yes, hunty, take it up a notch. I want them to be feeling themselves after they put my lashes on. So absolutely, I will put those on for free. Then guess what else? I'm going to instantly think, okay, I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to post them on my social media. I'm going to tag them. Let their friends be able to see it. They going to share it on their timeline. Now I'm getting some promo off of it, right? I also got a customer selfie to post on my business page. Hello? Customer service to me is about creating an experience. And I want that experience to be well. I create experiences with my friends all the time. It's always a good vibe. So you want to give your customer the same opportunity to have that experience, especially if you're in person. So like I said, those pop-up shops are bringing in the revenue, because if you could spark a person's curiosity, you could probably lead them to a sale. And that's just what it is. At least in my opinion. If I can get you curious enough about a product to try it, and my reviews are good, and other people are hyping it up, and I'm hyping it up, and I'm like, y'all might as well come on in while they're getting good, so don't miss your beat. Other people be like, you know what, let me just go on here, because that experience was good. When people have good experiences, they come back, and it's just that simple. Make repeat customers. Number 2, dealing with rude customers or customers that are difficult. Let me make this very clear to y'all. As the business owner, business operator, entrepreneur, the boss, you have the ability at all times to pick and choose when you want to be bothered. It's just about the way that you do it. If you don't want to deal with difficult customers and they doing too much, I would be happy to offer you a full refund. Right there. It ain't shit else to talk about. Like, if it's a customer that I just don't want to deal with, they doing too much, they being difficult, they making my job harder, I will immediately offer them a full refund. And if I offer you a full refund, I'm also going to deny servicing you there moving forward. Because if I don't want to be bothered, I'm not hard up for your patronage. And to a degree, like, that can be arrogant in a way. In the same breath, the same way we have to pick and choose our battles, you can pick and choose your customers as well. Do not ever feel that you absolutely have to deal with a customer. And this is why I always stress to people that you should separate your personal and your business accounts. I have always had mine separate. I choose to bank with a credit union for my business account just because I don't have to worry about, you know, as many fees. And credit unions are not-for-profit. Banks are for-profit. Remember that. So if you are making a debate on who you want to go with for an account to separate your personal and business money, I definitely recommend a credit union. That's just my personal opinion. I will hope that y'all do y'all research to get a better idea of, you know, what type of banking institution would be best suited for your needs and your business needs. But yeah, that's that on that. Because that way, when you don't touch your business money, it's not a matter of, oh, I gotta wait till I get some regular bread in my own personal account to be able to get them their money back. Absolutely not. If I gotta give somebody a full refund at any given point in time, bam, it's instant. Why? Because I separated my business and my personal money. You have to make situations easy for you. Pick and choose your battles. I don't feel that as a business owner, you should have to deal with people who want to be difficult or make things hard for you unnecessarily. Which brings me to my next and very important point. important. Please do not underestimate the power of paperwork. I want y'all, if y'all don't hear me on shit else, I want y'all to hear me on this. Protect yourself with paperwork. Paper trails are important for a number of reasons. As of 2020, I have began writing contracts for freelance videographers, freelance photographers, other creatives who are like myself who need to protect themselves. Prime example, I drew up a contract for myself. The clients, they all get the same paperwork. They're going to get a contract that states my expectations and my policies. I talk about things like wardrobe and glam. I talk about scheduling. I talk about how I anticipate for people to respect my time. And I'll put that in this video. I'll put it somewhere over here so that y'all can see. But I have policies for everything. I have a release form and a waiver so that, you know, everything is laid out very clear, that whether I have the permission to redistribute anything that we create, all of that shit. Why? Because one, if somebody try to take you to court, you're gonna have everything in writing, because all that verbal, you know, agreement shit, that don't mean nothing in court. It means nothing. And nobody's ever taken me to court, so I don't want y'all to think that. But if the situation presented itself where I needed to, my basis would be covered because I have everything in writing. Court is not about what you know. Court is about what can you prove. In this life, a lot of people like to scam. They like to try to get over. They like to try to finesse. But it's only so much finessing you're going to be able to do when that person already covered their bases. So if you are a business owner, you an entrepreneur, you a creative, cover your bases. If you need a contract written, I definitely can provide those services for y'all. I really want y'all to protect yourselves. Okay, I'm going to drop 2 more things for y'all, and then I'm going to get out of your hair. As you get paid, your business should be invested in. If you have a regular job on top of running your business, when you get paid, your business should be getting an investment. You'll get paid $50 from this check needs to go into your account. You get paid again. Let's say you work some overtime or something. Okay, invest a little bit more, $100, $200, something. It should be going into your business account. You should always be investing in your business, putting it in a separate account. So that way, when business needs come up, oh shit, I need to buy some equipment. Oh shit, I need to replace something. Oh shit, I need to get some equipment repaired. You're not dipping into your personal funds to do that. You have the funds that you've already been investing in your business to take care of that. So the money is there. When you have a business account, don't touch it unless it's for business. If you can write it off, go ahead and do that, right? Even with working a job and having a business, you should be filing your taxes as a sole proprietor, using the taxes from your regular job. And then you're writing off all of your expenses. You need to keep track. This is what I was talking about. You need to be tracking your numbers. How much are you spending? What are your expenses as far as your business is concerned? And that's especially if you already don't have an LLC. It's a lot of technicalities to that. I might not be 100% right. I'm not a CPA. But if you have an accountant, you should definitely talk to them about these types of things. If not, look it up on your own. You should be able to talk to your tax preparer about these things, and they should be knowledgeable about them as well. Last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about handling critiques and the power of discernment when it comes to tips when other people are giving them to you. So as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you should always be looking for and accepting critiques. I feel that they not only build character, but they teach you how to deal with people, especially when you realize that a lot of people that's talking to you and trying to give you tips and advice, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Right? So I've had a lot of people tell me like, oh, you should do this with your jars. You should do that with your jars and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. But they don't know shit about how much it costs to implement this upgrade, what the cost of my products is going to be, and how much more time it's going to take for me to invest in it, right? Oh, you should package your lashes like this, or you should blah, 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 blah. I'm going to listen to it like, oh, okay, for sure. Like my go-to line, Oh, for sure. I'm going to look into that. I'm so glad you said something. Thank you. You want to validate what they just said, because a lot of people love to feel like their opinions is being taken into account. And sometimes people do make really good suggestions. So it's definitely worth listening to. But you also have to be able to discern, okay, this person don't know what the fuck they talking about. Okay. But your face got to be like, okay, for real. So tell me more. I really want to look into this. When people give me critiques and it's about stuff that I never heard of, I ask them, like, do you have the technical name for that so that I could do more research on it, or I could Google it, or can you give me a point of reference so that I can look a little bit more into what you're talking about? Because you do have my attention with that, and I want to explore those possibilities, because that does sound like a valid idea. I would love to look into that. I think that a lot of being able to comb through critiques is being receptive to new information. You could tell when you are knowledgeable about your craft, you could tell when people don't know what the fuck they talking about. You just gotta agree and keep on going. Whether you choose to take the advice or not, that's on you. But remember, you don't have to report back to them. So it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, I gotta make sure that no. Hear it, take it into account, do the research if necessary, and then decide if that's going to be beneficial to you. I hope that this video has given y'all a little bit of insight, given y'all some ideas, made you feel better about your business. If you already been doing all of this stuff, 2 snaps for you, big dog. You on your way. If you have other ideas that you think I should touch on, or things that you think I may have missed, please put those down in the comments below. If you have a business and you're watching this video, drop your business link below, drop your website below. If you guys have any questions, definitely drop that below as well. I want y'all to spam the comments. I hope that these boss tips have given you some type of insight, have leveled you up a little bit, and put you on the right path. If you're ready to get started in this business world, come on in, Pootie Poo. Welcome. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment, like, and subscribe with your post notifications turned on. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out. It's Vlogmas.